Hey everybody, John here, aka Skyward FPV. I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia for the F3 Expo 2015. Let's check it out. This year's 2015 F3 Expo happened in both the Atlanta, Georgia World Conference Center and inside the Georgia Dome right next door. It featured the who's who of FPV flying and had a full 3.5 days of racing, exhibitors, and presenters speaking about drones. Friday morning open to the public, and students were shown around for Field Trip Friday. Groups of kids were guided through the expo space and they discussed the history of drones, how they work, and where the future is headed. The Thunderdrone 500 kicked off with a 100-lap endurance race where teams competed relay style on an oval course. Each pilot would run laps around the lower seat area in the Georgia Dome until low on battery. Pilots worked together to land, power off, switch crafts, and then take off again until all laps were completed in each round. The teams with the fastest crafts, best pilot, and the most solid pit strategy and team management competed in the finals for a chance to win $5,000. Many pilots flew flat out, full throttle I had heard, and averaged around 6 laps per battery. Team Ready Made RC came in for the win of the first Thunderdrone 500. The highlight of the expo for me was the Masters of Freestyle competition, where all the big names of FPV competed in an acrobatic flight competition judged by a panel of industry peers.
It's nice to see all the people that you know and fly with them. But I'm looking forward to fly the cool freestyle area here. I'm really excited about not crashing because every competition that I go, the practice is great, smooth, nothing. The moment it's your turn and you're by yourself and they say your name, I'm horrible at it. Always crash, and you'll see it later.
The F3 Expo created an indoor, purpose-built 3D freestyle course right in the center of the Georgia Dome for the pilots to use creatively to demonstrate their abilities.
The freestyle event, I was a little concerned with the obstacles being as hard as they are, and because they're metal poles essentially, and as sparse as they are too. It was kind of a different choice to maybe either make it very concentrated or to have like 3 obstacles, and it was better to go with the 3, I think, so that you have more area to do your own thing, and you don't even have to hit the obstacles, you can just fly in the open space.
The pilot's FPV video feed was displayed on the Jumbotron, as well as multiple screens around the field. Many people brought their own goggles to watch.
So this is like my first main event where I'm actually up in front of on the podium flying. So it was definitely very scary because I have like it's weird going from these guys that you respect so much and you watch them all the time to flying next to them and being competing against them. And I don't know if I really want to consider this a competition. It's more of just like, let's have fun and do our thing and put on a show. So I have tons of respect for everyone here, and I haven't been disappointed at all. It's wild.
I was surprised to see that the pros tune their quad right up to the point of competing. Each pilot was given a preset amount of time to impress the judges and were able to make quick repairs or replace props if they had the occasional crash within the block of time allotted. All of the non-flying pilots were eager to help out in crashes to get the current competing pilot back up in the air before his time ran out. That, and I found filming mini quads moving incredibly fast flying freestyle with no preset course against a busy sports arena background is really very hard. The competition was exciting with many superb performances, but FinalGlideAus came out on top as this year's Master of Freestyle.
But the winner has to be FinalGlide.
There we have a winner! We have a winner! There we have our finalists and our winner, FinalGlide, all the way from Brisbane, Australia. Woo!
I came here with the F3 Expo, with the being invited to the Masters of Freestyle, knowing that people had picked up their game. They'd practiced, they got their setups right, they'd worked things out, and I knew it was going to be a tough call. Also knowing the pilots that I was going to fly against, people that are my friends that I also admire, that I look up to with their flying styles. So I felt quite blessed to come out on top of that. But I think once again that came down to good preparation, but with also luck going on my side. I was in the top 3 with Skitzo and Mr. Steele, and those two guys, what they're doing is unbelievable. They both have their own unique style, and they blow me away with what they can achieve. And I think I was just lucky that they were unlucky and I wasn't in the finals. The final section was just that little bit rushed, and we all weren't flying our best in the finals, and I think it's just down to that I got a bit more lucky than them, because if they were at their best, they would have outperformed me on the night. I couldn't do some of the stuff that they were flying. So look, yeah, I'm happy to take away the win away from with me, but I also know things went my way.
The final 2 days of the Expo hosted FPV racing inside the Georgia World Congress Center alongside the exhibitors' booths, presenters, and panels of speakers on various topics. Meeting most of the big-name pilots in FPV and the well-known YouTube personalities in the hobby was a blast.
I think one of the coolest things about, I guess, this event in general is more of like, it's more of coming from the awareness spectrum, where it's like, hey, you know, there's a lot of negativity in the press, in the media about this hobby, and because there are a lot of people that may just not be aware, or they're just impressed at the fact they can fly above the clouds, and it is kind of cool. But you know, I definitely I think that this is kind of showing the other end. It's like, hey, look, we're not all bad. We're kind of staying low and just doing cool stuff and just trying to, you know, have fun.
I was blown away by just how friendly and how open everyone was. Everyone was approachable and was willing to chat and share their experiences and tips. Overall, I had a blast at this year's F3 Expo, and I can only imagine that next year's Expo will be bigger and better. I can't wait for F3 2016. So sorry for the delay between the last few videos, but I have a whole pile of builds I have in my queue, so keep tuned, this will be coming up soon. And I want to thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please thumbs up and subscribe to show your support, it really helps me out. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.
That last bit where I went through there, I was going through there with a hope and a prayer. I'm going, oh, well, I think I can make it. Yo guys, it's Skyward FPV here, and we're ready to rock in Atlanta. We've had just a brilliant time here. Okay, so that was a lot of fun, so we're going to go now.